Thank you, Mr. President. Wyatt Tee Walker was one of the most central figures of the civil rights movement, not just in Virginia, but across the nation. As president of the student body at Virginia Union School of Theology, Wyatt met a young Dr. Martin Luther King, who was president of his student body at Crozet Theological Seminary. In 1952, during Dr. King's first visit to Virginia as part of an inter-seminary movement conference, that meeting started a partnership that would change America. As president of the Petersburg branch of the NAACP, state director and co-founder of the Congress of Racial Equality, as co-founder of the Petersburg Improvement Association, Reverend Walker was one of the architects of the civil disobedience movement against segregation, including publicizing their events to get attention among white moderates. His first arrest came in 1960 when he led a group of protesters through the whites-only entrance of the Petersburg Library, calmly walked to the counter, and asked to check out the first volume of Douglas Southall Freeman's biography of Robert E. Lee. That choice was intentional. The Petersburg Library sit-in would become a catalyst for desegregation of Petersburg's lunch counters, bus terminals, restaurants, and public swimming pools. A year before Freedom Riders took action in 1961, Wyatt led sit-ins at the Trailways bus terminal, gaining agreement by the president of the bus terminal restaurants to desegregate lunch counters in Petersburg and several other Virginia cities. As Dr. King's chief of staff and executive director of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, Wyatt was a key advisor on structure and strategy and helped to develop the Watershed 1963 Birmingham, Alabama campaign. King called him one of the keenest minds of the nonviolent revolution. And among Wyatt's papers, which were donated to the University of Richmond recently, is a letter inviting Dr. King to appear on a TV show. And at the top, in Dr. King's handwriting, he just said, "Let Wyatt handle this." Wyatt handled a lot for Dr. King. In doing so, he survived a bombing of his hotel in Alabama, and he had to be restrained when an Alabama police officer struck his wife in the head with a gun, sending her to the hospital. Threats did not deter him. Asked about them later, he said, "Well, this was my country, and I loved my country, and I wanted it to be the best that it could be for my children to grow up in. And I was determined that I was going to help make it the best that it could be. That was my role. That's what I wanted to do." And he did. And in his own words, I think he sums up his place in Virginia history and America history and in the hearts and minds of many who he helped make free. I was just a participant in what I think was the unfinished revolution of 1776. I feel a sense of fulfillment that I had a key role in desegregating America. It is for these reasons the King Commission chose Wyatt Walker to be one of 10 Virginians to be recognized on a monument to emancipation and freedom that will be built on Browns Island. He was a true Virginia and American hero. And on behalf of the Martin Luther King Commission, we are grateful for his service on this earth. Thank you, Mr.